Hello everyone, ZXCV official here, and today we are in a tournament game, actually pretty new for this channel. I mean, not really, because all of my old videos are like tournament videos. Like the most watched video before I started uploading again was like a tournament video versus the rank 1 player, which was Timon plays, and here I am back again playing versus the number 1 player on the ranked leaderboard, which is Dollar Cuff or Scuff, or wait, let me check how he's called on Discord. On Discord he was called Babblegun. And on the fucking leaderboard thingy for the tournament he was also called Babblegun, so I was like, I have no idea who this Mr. Babblegun is. So I asked like Mix90, who I'm friends with, does he know who Babblegun is? And he has, well, I have no clue. So I'm like, I don't know, I go around the rank leaderboard for the first 200 ranked players, see if there's anyone called Babblegun. No one's called Babblegun. And I'm like, okay, maybe this guy is kind of, new, got some decent rank, I don't know, he got into here. And then I, get into the fucking, we do the bans, picks, everything, then I get into the lobby and see it's Goof and get a heart attack. So that was, should have seen my fucking face then. So yeah, Mr. Scoof Bubblegun or whatever, rank 1 player, he picked this map. If I'm not too lazy, I'm gonna like do picks and bans and everything, on the screen, but in the case I am lazy, basically a lot of the meta divisions are banned except 20 and Pacerna, so I had first pick and they picked it, and he thought for like 5 minutes on what to counter pick and he chose first armored, which is okay. He got the RNG and got on the better side, which is highly unfortunate for me. So let's go over the deployment after this funny thing. So my basically game plan is, slow grind. I don't want to flip the game versus, versus first UK to, try and 100% everything into EMA, because 20 Panzergren can grind. I have good artillery. I even brought a Grad. I don't think I ended up using it though. For the deployment, so a T-55A going here, that was the plan, and we'll see if it arrives there. This is ZSU-23 2S Tau DA gun. Tau DA guns have 5 strength, so they're really hard to kill, and I thought, why not just put it in. He's gonna have to walk in his helicopters, and they're gonna get shattered by this thing, and you can put it in any tree any you want. Stealth is good, it doesn't matter, and it doesn't really need to move because the Frontline is gonna remain mostly static, gonna be played mostly around here. So I put it like right here. Get one Honkler Riz here, right there. Get one Me Too Us. This is pretty good recon chopper. Only 4 damage, but what can you do? Real good for the openings. 2 BRD Malutkas, one going right here, the other one going right here to stop any push. GSR recon going here, then I move the Honkler back, and then there's one Saperzi here if he decides to rush in, and then a BRD to CV going into here. So as I said, I deployed pretty conservatively here. Deployed here. I was really scared that he was gonna take the forward deployed infantry CV, just put him here, and then he's gonna be on 100 points, and then he's gonna tick up. I'm really glad he didn't do it. He could have done it. I don't know why he didn't. Especially on this map, it's fucking disgusting. I was like, oh my god, he picked first UK. That's why he picked first UK, because I was struggling to realize why he picked first UK exactly, and I was like, oh, he's gonna do that, and he didn't end up doing it. So on like these bullshit maps where it's really static gameplay, those 4 deploy CVs are really strong. So another squad here. He gets to these buildings first, so I respect it and put Honkler and Special Forces recon here. Get 2 Mi-2s here and here. I'll get a Me-2 Salamandra. Basically, all the Polish devs can open pretty cost-effective helicopters for the opener. CV right here to drive, and then it does this really funny thing where it's gonna drive into here. Double Saperzi to grind this town. The double Malyutka, one here and one here to stop any bullshit going around here. One Yod, as I explained why, and then one Kub, and that's my deployment. As you see, pretty defensive. I expect him to contest this and this. I wanna get Olga, I wanna get, and then slowly grind into Emma. That's the game plan, basically. He has a bit of a different game plan. As you can see, he's pretty thin on the ground. That's because he started 2 planes. You'll see later. He buys these sultans, which are, you know, cheap but really slow. So that's gonna give me a positive tick at the start. He only buys 1 though, which is pretty unfortunate. So he's gonna go this, and then he's gonna drive here. So that's his plan. So as you can see, Warrior Milan here, Para Milan 2 to cut off the road, SS Patrol to contest any, you know, any push here. SS Patrol, another SS Patrol right into the church, odd spot. Terror Para Gustav here, and a Milan 2 right into the church. No AA, as I said, he bought 2 planes. Gun Group in Warrior Milan and Assault Pioneer here to grind. So I mean, a pretty balanced deployment. Para Rover Milan here, can't really spot it. Good stealth into forest is really good now. Para Milan 2 here. Terrier Carl Gustavs here as well to cut off any attempt at going into here. Scout Slow 80, same building here. Provide recon, Gazelle recon just to spot gun group, and as I said, this. We're gonna cast from my side. And as I said, this is a tournament game, and we'll see how it's gonna go. He opens the Jaguar Rocket Tornado, so that's like 400 points. Yeah, that's basically exactly 400 points. He gets the MI2. The Gazelle dies to the Honkler and the Ross Specialne. Pretty unfortunate for him. The Jaguar Rocket goes and misses, luckily for me, but shoots down the MI2. The Coup hits. Salamander is hit by the tornado, and Kub is gonna miss, unluckily. Here nothing is happening. The Milan 2 is dropped to 1 HP. We'll see if this hits. Yep, Kub connects. 2 shots, 3 shots, 2 hits is very nice for me. As you can see, I'm running red everywhere on the map. This T-55 is not for this world, but this Rod Specialne is destroyed the SS Patrol, which was here in the building, which is really interesting. Really good squad, by the way, I max with it. I moved the squads here so they can be targeted by the ATGM, but it seems like they can't be targeted by the ATGM through this sightline here. I move up the Saperzi, and this is basically a winning position for me. I'm taking +2 because he was greedy and bought only 1 CV. This Malyutka is trying to shoot at the Warrior Milan. Is it gonna hit? I have no idea. Yeah, it connects. 17 pen is enough to destroy the Warrior Milan. So these Malyutkas are pretty good for those trades. Assault Pioneers are getting Superzid, and he's running away with the Milan 2. So he has this position here, which he can defend. I buy a Superzi, and I buy double MiG-21 rocket. I tell one to get the Milan 2, and I tell the other one to get the Carl Gustav. The Milan 2 and the SS Patrol both die. Really lucky hits, but this doesn't. I honestly should have targeted the Milan 2, which is gonna cause me some troubles later. Milan 2 here. I guess he's hoping that I'm not gonna notice him. So +1, 150 points here. He's sticking bad, and he bought another tornado. So more air spam incoming. Very little troops on the ground, so even though I took pretty negative trades at the start, you know, I'm actually in control of the town because he invested too much into air. He likes airplay, which you'll see in the second game as well. This cube, I forget to move it. It was an attack move, and then it fired its 3 shots, and now it's no longer an attack move. This Warrior Milan is doing Warrior Milan things, killing my squads. I have this Persian Sturmovoid that I'm really not sure what to do with. I want to unload them, I want to push them here, I'm not sure. He's just targeting my squads and I'm not careful saving them, which is a mistake. Should have been more careful. He pushes a gun group here. Not much I can do. MiG-21 the rocket going straight for the Warrior Milan, gets them both, and then Tornado is just gonna turn them into crisp. It's at this point I'm like, you know, maybe Cube hits, and then I realize, you know, the Cube is not firing because it has no ammo, it's all the way back here. So I move it up on its original position where it was gonna protect 2 points. Some people jokingly say, you know, 2 lakes, 1 cube. That's the map. And I do agree, you can cover the whole map using 1 cube. So this town is secured. He can get back in. The Warrior Milan is out, so I can push infantry back and back in, and the squad is up. Jaguar rocket. Maybe he bought another one. Maybe he didn't for this. This thingy here died. The Yod thingy spag, and the Cube isn't there, so he can just air spam me for free. Saperzi are good rifle squads, and when I saw that we are going to be playing 2 lakes, I was like, I need to take 2 cards of Saperzi, because this division is like tank division, right? 20 Divizia Percena, but as well it's like really good at grinding towns. The Saperzi are a really strong squad, really strong, especially since they have satchels and the RPG. RPG allows them to deal with you know, small bullshit vehicles in the towns, basically where it matters, where you're gonna push up your fire support on 500 meter range, so you can actually fire at it. So this town is secured. This is pretty static. He starts buying tanks, and his game plan, I guess, is now to push into here. I'm on a comfortable 200 point lead, which you know, I'm saying comfortable, but on this map it's actually a pretty decent comfortable lead. I get a Saperzi here. Should have bought a Saperzi Shturmovo instead, but what can you do? BVP ones and T55, I was like, you know, I'm just gonna use cheap shit now that I've secured this town to push up here, because I thought that the momentum was on my side since he kept reinforcing this here and they had enough units here. Gets another Jaguar rocket. Maybe it's the same Jaguar rocket from before, I'm not sure. He wants to deal with the Saperzi here. Gun group dying, of course. The gun groups are actually a pretty decent squad now. 4-man, law, 2 MGs, and I mean, they're basically bought for the warrior spam, but what can you do? Squad, another squad dies. Man, I'm really not careful with the squads. Sip of water. He's punishing me with the Gazelle rockets. The fact that they don't really have a lot of AA. This thing spurgs out and doesn't fire his shit, which is very sad. Tornado Seed, there for the Cube, does a 360 fucking no scope and gets the Cube. The Cube hits though, and we'll see if the Yod is gonna do something, and it's not gonna do anything actually. So I guess this is actually a pretty bad idea, because it doesn't have the aircraft range to actually like turn towards the aircraft and then shoot at it, which is very sad. Should have just, you know, gotten a Shilka instead. These Saperzi are dueling this squad, and I don't know what's gonna fucking happen there. Another tornado bot, or is the same tornado, basically instead of AA he's just sniping tornadoes out, which is completely fair because this division has really strong, really strong air spam. But with him so invested into air spam, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna invest into ground troops instead. He gets a Chieftain Mark 9, so all of my dreams about a shitbox push in here are broken, and especially with this Milan 2, it's also completely broken. You know, as I said, this Milan 2 is gonna cause me trouble. I buy a Dana for it. It already shot at it once on this building, and then he just moved it to this one. Very unlucky business. This Saperzi dies to the Gazelle rockets. These Gazelle rockets are gonna be pretty annoying. So another Saperzi down. He keeps bullying my my shitboxes with his Milan 2 that I don't see. Pretty sure I don't see it. Never mind, I do see it. Which is why I queue Adana. I queue Adana, but he's gonna move it, pretty sure. He keeps buying chieftains, gun groups and everything. He wants to do his push of his own. But I'm pretty decently entrenched here. He pushed me out to this building, which is pretty sad for me. But what can you do? This Pichota's match is not long for this world. Never mind, he doesn't move the Milan 2 out of there. 2 direct hits and absolutely no damage. Alright. Another hit where he gets stunned. And then I decided to split the salvo because I thought he moved it out already. Because I don't see the fucking thing, even though I have very good optics here. And I'm like, you know, the really powerful thing with these guns is that they have 6 salvo length, is that you can just split the volley. You can, you know, do 3 shots, which is usually the time, you know, your opponent needs to move out his ATGM team out of the building, and then after that you just split the salvo and shoot another team to the next building. As you can see, that works perfectly. 1 shot, 1 kill, you know, and then he immediately buys another Milanto for those buildings. Check Rapier and Javelin. He wants to secure his push. I buy double cube. And I buy double T55 AS. Honestly, a mistake, should have bought more normal T50, more T72s when I saw the Chieftain, but I was like, you know, he's gonna push infantry in the open and I'm just gonna blast it and keep blasting any infantry that comes up with the AS. He sets up defenses here, pretty smart. To be fair, I could have rushed him with like helicopters or something there. So it's always good to secure back points. I have one of my back points secured with the Yod, 40 points. It's enough, honestly, to stop any of his small helicopters here. I do a small push to push him out of these buildings, because control of these buildings really opens up this whole flank for me and makes his push only able to go through here, and when he's here I can, you know, just RT him and T72 him and everything. So keeping this corner mine is actually very important, and these buildings are pretty crucial for it. So, you know, the smallest shitbox push, another Dana shot at the scouts, 1 shot, 2 shots, and then he immediately moves out. And as I said, I split the volley. There's very little micro currently, so I'm just allowed to split volleys, you know. I can micro the Dana well. Finally, some T72s from my side and a bunch of T55 sitting behind buildings. As you can see, T55 AS goes kaboom. So that's the plan. If he moves any infantry or recon into here, he's just gonna go kaboom. Chieftain Mark 11 and Milantos just trading down the T72. I have to retreat, buying some BMP2s. His ass has patrol moving up to spot. Well, let's see how much he spots even. He spots absolutely nothing.
Successful hit.
Beardy Malutka gone. Fair enough. Go back to neutral. Yeah, so he spots basically nothing with the SOS patrol. So I'm just smoking in and out. Maybe this T72 is gonna die, never mind, I get out of range. These Malutkas and BVP ones just shooting through the gaps, as you can see. As I said, this bush is pretty important, so I can maneuver around here. T72 and 1, just Milan 2 business. I try and push T55s up a little bit, but you know, they get chieftained. Absolutely nothing happening here. I didn't wanna, I reinforced it with, you know, ATGMs and BP1 and everything. There's not a lot of AA here, but I'm not too worried about it. The Dana, you know, keeps targeting the Milans. That's basically its job, at least for now. It's gonna provide crucial to fighting his tanks later on. You'll see. The Yod is in a funny spot where it can't shoot at these guys, sadly. So I tell it to move up here. The Dana is shooting here. I don't think I split the volley. I split the volley, but it fires 4. Unlucky. At this building, and he moves the Paramilan. He's really good at microing his ATGMs. You should. It's a skill you should pick up, because ATGM teams in buildings here are like, well, the most vulnerable they have ever been. So it's a really slow grind. He buys a artillery piece of his own and he sees the cube somehow. The T55 AES just blows up his gun group that's here, that I see. But these recon teams don't see each other, which is kinda hilarious. The Yod finally does its fucking intended job, and I think he's gonna kill the cube with the artillery. I buy a second Dana, because this is basically Sitzkrieg, and I was shooting at the chieftain and I split the volley because he was gonna move. So splitting the volley is really important, because usually firing all of your 6 is a bit overkill. So we're essentially just Sitzkrieg trading this around here. I have very little supply. I need to work on my supply game to you know, get this T-55 ASs back into control. When it comes to you know, resupplying my tanks, it's fine enough. The Milan 2 just keeps firing on my T-72s. I get one more Milan down, which is very nice for me, and they keep, you know, breaking sightlines. I think this Milan 2 is gonna kill my T-72 though, because I'm greedy and I don't want to spend money for it, and as you can see, yeah. To continue with the cast, basically he tries to keep pushing. I try and keep blow up his fucking tank, but it doesn't work. He's left on 1 HP, which is absolutely tragic, but what can you do, eh? I'm surprised this ATGM here doesn't spot him. Unfortunate that as well. And he's basically just slowly building up a blob and trying to trade into me. I'm trying to get this T-55 to find a spot to through these fucking houses and bushes to try and get it, but I can't. My Mi-2 Salamandras are chilling in the back. Probably should have pushed them up a little bit to contest the chieftain. His Milan 2s in these buildings are absolutely cancer for me. I think artillery, yeah, the artillery manages to kill the chieftain. I see the explosion and immediately stop firing, split the volley. As I said, splitting the volley on these guys is really important. I target the challenger here, but I don't think I get it. And basically the same kind of hilarious, these recons don't see each other. Especially SS Patrol with its exceptional optics at like what? At like 1500 meter range in a bush. They just don't see each other, is a bit funny. Recon just doesn't see each other. These Milan 2s, as I said, keep being a fucking nuisance. My T-72 almost dies. Thankfully it doesn't. T-55A goes down. But the use of T-55s at this point in the game isn't even very useful. Gets another seaplane. He killed my cube with it. I wasn't very good. I turned off my cubes now, so my micro got a bit better, thankfully. And I basically have nothing to deal with these Gazelle rockets that are gonna kill my Superstormovoi. Chieftain goes down to an ATGM to the fucking side. Very unfortunate for him. I think the Strela fires and misses. And as you can see, he has a lot of air, which I think is a mistake. But at the same time, you know, he tried pushing with chieftains and he didn't succeed. So I guess he wants to break through by using air. And to be fair, I have absolutely garbage ASFs. The only thing they're good at is gun running helicopters and like maybe rushing down an enemy fighter, 2 of them, and then like you sacrifice one and the other one like maybe gets the kill. The only use really. This ATGM I should have moved out. And now he finally brought the challengers, and the Challenger Mark II though. No, not a great tank. I mean, pretty comparable with the Vilk. Except for maybe like the fire rate is way more consistent on the Vilk because of the autoloader. As I said, you know, MiG-21, I kind of suicided, sadly. This one dies as well. Pretty sure he dies as well. Never mind, he doesn't die. Tractor Rapier gone. I think I killed it with RT. My T-72s got traded out, so the only thing stopping him right now are these Mi-2s, which he's charging it with his things. I think I turn on the cubes now. They may target the seed, so Sneed micro is important. I don't think it dies. As I said, this thing doesn't have the aircraft range to actually shoot at an aircraft that's 1 HP, so Shilka is better. I mean, as I said, I just tested them out to this one game. He moves up the SS patrol, and finally he manages to see my Saperzi, and then immediately pop out of view. Actually, do they? Never mind, he sees them finally. And then he pop out of view again, that he reaches the SS patrol a tiny bit. So killing my T-72s, he's shooting them with RT, fair enough. Getting another Vilk. I usually max wet the Vilk because the wet curve is 532, but in this matchup you want 3 Wilks to trade with his Challengers, because they are actually pretty comparable tanks. The Challenger Mark III not really comparable because of the high pen. Pretty decent tank. This is buffed up by the CV. I mean the Challenger Mark III. Because of the 20 pen, it can actually like go... I mean not really toe to toe, but it can deal with other enemy tanks. Maybe it needs to go a tiny bit down. Like, I mean every single heavy tank needs to go down in points, honestly, but... this one in particular a bit more than usual. This Danas target the Recon and the Milan 2s that he's moving up. And that gets him out. And as you can see, this is just continual grinding, him trying to gain a tiny bit of land and honestly over investing in air. Does this Gazelle even see anything? Well...
Successful hit!
It does see a lot of things, actually.
Tank ready!
Because this SS patrol doesn't even have sightlines, so this Gazelle actually sees a lot of these bad stealth units. He sees the Strela. Oh, it also has bad stealth. All the way from here. That's a bit crazy, no? I mean, recon healers, as I said, are really good. I think I wasted all of my recon healers in the opener, but you can put one on top of these silos and it's just gonna chill on the top. I don't even see this recon heal, as you can see. As you can see from my fucking point of view. But his recon kill can see my bad stealth units in forests, which is very nice for him, of course. A lot of smoking here. All these trades are not doing that great. Another yacht for this, but it's fucking worthless. Pichota's match just to tank up as my Wilk tries to trade with his Challenger. I smoke it out. T-55AS back for rearming. I actually managed to set up a fucking supply network somehow. These Danas are shooting at whatever tanks are here. He manages to move the Challenger. I don't know if this warrior epic is gonna die. I also wanted to get his recon, but he also moved it out. Very good for him. Warrior Milan doesn't get punched by the T-72 Wilk. Very sad. The Wilk manages to kill the Warrior Milan though. So he keeps buying Challengers. And Challengers don't go that well into T-72s. The Mark IIIs maybe because of the high pen, but the Mark IIs are sad creatures. I mean, they got a buff in availability, so he brings them a double vet. So it may bring them, you know, a bit more competitiveness. A lot more, I mean not a lot more, but more recovery and some more stress resistance. I do a small push here to get these buildings up so I can put Recon and ATGMs there. He has a rover Milan defending it. He manages to get unarmed rifles here, but I get a Surprise Shturmovoy, and these guys are excellent grind infantry. Like this tank deck, the 20th Pacerna gets a lot of grind infantry, and as I said, it's one of its strengths. And the T-72s just, the moment it's spotted, just are gonna go boom on it. He keeps loving his Challengers, and his tanks here are not really repaired. I guess he... maybe this Tolly is going here. Yeah, this Tolly is going to heal all this. What are my Danas doing? They're trying to target Challengers and Warriors. Yes. I should have probably just kept targeting this bush, honestly, but in the heat of the moment I wasn't really thinking. This here keeps going. I thought he had something in these buildings, but he has absolutely nothing. Keep buying ATGMs in BMP. Once my T-72 dies, because he got sideshot by these chieftains. As my recon died that was chilling here, I don't have recon, so I buy a GSR recon. He moves out of artillery, pushes forward, and we keep trading with T-72s. I get a Chieftain Mark 9, which is pretty nice for me. The yacht finally does what it's fucking supposed to do. Challenger Mark 2 goes down here to a side shot. As I said, this here is really important. Warrior Milan goes down as well. This bush here, as you can see, the sightlines are pretty nice, and he can't really see me because he doesn't have recon here. I push recon in the building. This T-55 is not long for this world. It did get a side shot of the Challenger though. So that was pretty fucking nice. The Challenger 2 aiming at the BMP, no, aiming at the Saperzi. Move my tanks back up. Su-22 rocket, I don't know what it was going for. I guess for the Hell Arm, because they didn't have good AA here. So I could push my tanks up to trade with the Challengers. The Seria AT miss. Did it hit the Warrior Oblique? It hit the Warrior Oblique. This is a very good plane because it fires both of its missiles at in 1 second. You know, 1 second, then 1 second reload time, and then another salvo. And it has 30% TCM, so it can dodge, you know, enemy AA pretty decently. And it's fast. So I think it's a really nice fucking plane. So I push him back into his little corner here. I think I traded him very well, and I was preparing to, you know, start pushing up because I was pushing back the infantry to provide recon, etc. I don't notice that his rover Milan is shooting at BP1. This is 55 AS. I expected some recon or something here that I couldn't see. Looks like there was nothing. I still don't see this Gazelle. I don't know what this MiG-21 was trying to do. What was my idea? It goes down like a rabid dog. Challenger Mark III destroyed. I think I killed with it artillery. Yeah, well placed artillery. He was healing here, and I just queued up a move. Artillery is really good at dealing with enemy tanks that are just standing, because they buff the fucking suppression on all of artillery. Like you land 2 shots. I mean, you take 2 artillery pieces, you land 2 shots on it, it's instantly stunned, and then it can't move. And it instantly goes to low cohesion, and then even if it moves really slowly, especially in the Challengers, so you can just artillery them to death. Same thing goes with clusters when it comes to British tanks. And they're also fucking slow, not unless they are on a fucking road, right? They can't really dodge a cluster from like 79Y. This seed, I turn on my fucking Kubas. This was going around here, and the instant it fucking turns on, this thing just alarm just fucking rams into its face. The fucking accuracy and this is pretty high, especially if it's like up in my face. This Wilk trying to trade dies. I guess I was not microing him. So Perzi dies. This Piachotta is not long for this world, but I have all the 80 GMs I want. He keeps vlogging Challenger Mark 3s though. He only gets like 2 cards of these, pretty sure. I finally get some mobile AA up. Because I lost 3 out of 4 of my cubes. Not very good. Damaged the Jaguar rocket as well with the cube, the last remaining shot. And I just keep waiting for his push. I was always expecting something from this to happen, but nothing really ever happened from here. He could have maybe tried to smoke a CV cheese here, something, but I think I would have enough troops to rotate to get it. Outside of that, he just keeps trying to push this, and this is just static gameplay. My artillery was out of ammo, so I bring some ammo back to it. Another seed and another cube. This seed is responsible for 3 out of 4 deaths of my cube, so really bad micro when it comes to that. Another wheel goes down to the Challenger, and he's just chaining me down. This T-72 also really damaged, but all of my 80 GMs to the side kind of restrict some of his tanks from moving up. This T-55 AS is trying to get these rifles, but these rifles just keep advancing forward, so I can't really get my my thing on them. I'm out of normal T-72, so I buy the 4 CV cards that I have. T-72M fuel explosion, really unfortunate. I fired the Danas at the Challenger Mark III. It misses slightly, but as you can see, he's low cohesion and it damages him. It's standing for a few seconds as well, so pretty unfortunate for him. The Seria goes boom bump, and his AA is not there to respond. I should have brought 2 cards of the Seria, as this deck does get 2 cards, it gets damaged unlucky. And he keeps pushing as he traded my T-72s down. I mean, I still have like 4 on the field. 2 of them need to be healed though, and they have a lot of 80 GMs and crossfires, but He has a couple. He has the same amount of tanks. Another rocket to kill the Milan 2, so I can actually, so he doesn't just walk it up here, and then I can't walk my T-72s up. So he puts his challenges in this bush here, and I instantly see them. So I provide corrected shot so I have corrected shot on this here. But he keeps constantly moving, so I can't really micro my artillery. His Jaguar HE2 goes down. This area I think misses both shots. Never mind, he misses one, then I swing it for another time and then misses again. The artillery kills the Challenger Mark III. Never mind, I think the Seria killed. We're gonna see, but I think the Seria killed one of his Challenger 3s, and then the artillery killed a CV, and he keeps pushing it down, panicking. He's buying a lot of infantry, a lot of BVP2s. T-72s are holding the line though. He just doesn't have much left. This is kind of his last push. The rocket pushes up but dies, and as you can see, he basically has nothing left on the field. Very unfortunate for him. This artillery is loading, and I see this Challenger Mark II instantly, so I try and blow it up. Do I blow this one up? I'm not sure. He moves the Challenger up. I think I do blow it up. One hit, two hit, you see instantly stunned, instantly low cohesion, and he goes down. And with that, this is the situation on the map at the end of the game. I was just gonna push up into his point. He has nothing to stop me, and he GG's out. So well played to Kuf. A really nice game. As I said, tournament game where he had a counter pick and he picked the map. So as you can see, the Danas are really proving their worth when it comes to killing tanks. Like killed like 4 of his tanks, and ATGMs really cost efficient to use artillery right now, especially as tank killers, which is why it's like another thing that tanks die to. The Seria did kill the Challenger Mark III, so that's very nice, and that's about it. Gonna see you in the next one, guys. See ya.